I was getting prepared to just finish up a couple things and getting dressed, and I was thinking, hey, I should do a shadow work update. So check out part one because I showed the book and everything. But I am feeling like a brand new person. Shadow work is really, really helping me navigate certain areas of myself. Now, for those people who don't know me, my name is Lashay Jackson, and just check out Shadow Work Part One, the other live video, and Shadow Work pretty much just wrap it up. Just for those who don't just seeing this video, seeing this particular part of the video is shadow work is dealing with parts of yourself. Now, excuse my top, but shadow work is just you facing your demons. You facing those parts of yourself. You are speaking to the parts of you that's unseen, unheard. You feeling unloved. And so I'm allowing myself to feel. Okay? Allow myself to feel things. I'm allowing myself to see and sense things the way I need to. And it's like I'm allowing myself to be that. So, anyways, I just got done with my bentonite clay. All right, y'all. Now I'm going to go sit down by the computer because I'm finishing up a couple of things. Okay, but I'm hoping the lighting here is just fine. So I want to get into the nitty gritty of shadow work. This shirt is giving, but it's fine. So I want to get into the nitty gritty of shadow work and what it is, and how it's affecting me at this point of time. Well, I'm currently working with a certain stone or crystal at this point of time. The stone that I'm working with right now is it's like the black leopardite, and it's helping me just really converse with that part of myself that needs to feel loved and cared for. Now, this is my clear quartz. It's just the necklace I wear to bed. I wear it. I mean, it helps me with clarity. It helps me connect with my higher self. It helps me connect with all parts of myself, even my inner child. And I can meditate. I can understand my dreams better, understand the visions better. It's a lot of different things that's going on. But this one, it was $7 at EBBOS Ebos. So the thing about shadow work that some people may or may not be comfortable with. Excuse my curtain. Do I need to close those? Let me close those because there's a big old beam of light. Give me a second. I'm gonna close these so I can see as well. Shining as much. You can see me. There you go. All right. So I am tuning in with the parts of me that is also sexual. I have desires. I have needs. I have things that I've never done. As far as travel certain places, sexually being more open with myself. This really is being in this place of liberation. I feel free. And the thing about shadow work that some people may not understand, and oh Lord, this light is just coming in. Give me a moment, y'all. It's coming in, correct? I can't. It's just a blur on the screen. There you go. Better. All right. But anyway, excuse me, but and you know what? I actually have a better light source. Okay. I have a much better light source. See? Better. Let me go ahead. I should have done it in here in the first place. This is my kitchen. So, anyways, this is a lot better because it's natural light. Anyways, shadow work for me, it's allowing me to really dig deep into those other areas within myself. Yeah, I got the sisters and they trying to come out. No, y'all don't stay in today. But anyways, I'm finding out so much about me. And the more I'm finding out about me, it's like the more I be myself. Actually, Sunday, I wore this outside of my dress. I usually took it in. But, I am being more authentic and real with myself. And the thing I'm learning about shadow work is how can people accept you for you if you're not really being authentic? I am spiritual. I do like crystals. I do like stones. I do like to meditate. I do like to sage. So it's like, what's the point of me hiding those parts of myself just to be accepted? And I am a Christ follower. So it's nothing wrong with that. It's nothing wrong with me being where I am. I only have allegiance to my God, not the religion. And the thing is, for me, and this is one of the components that I'm having the components of myself or the parts of myself I have to face, is that just because people will accept me at this level, I can't be afraid to move past that. I can't be afraid to move past the idea of not being this or not being this. I can't buy into the cookie cutter vision or image, or this is what a Christ follower looks like, or this is what a mother looks like. This is what a woman looks like. And I'm finding out it's so much more there's so much more within myself that's valuable. A lot of the things I suppressed, like I said, like I mentioned earlier, sexually, I'm more open far as I am willing to dive into certain ideas of fantasies, what I like, things that I never want to try, things I never want to even look into, things like that. And it's just the idea of me being sexual. And I think for me, I suppressed it so much because I was molested, because that part of me was shut down, because religion told me, well, you have to dress this way, you have to do this way. Oh, that part of you is bad. Now, I ain't out here just doing whatever. No, I'm not out here doing nothing, actually. But the thing is, I am entertaining the idea or the thoughts that, hey, I can physically be attractive. I can physically want this particular thing, and that thing is okay. And so me that's embracing my sexuality, me accepting the fact that I do have fantasies, that I do have a high sex drive, that I do desire this in a partner, that I do want this, it's allowing me to be open to that. So that's one aspect of my truth. And the other aspect was me just fully accepting myself where I am in God and not allowing other people to judge me. And the thing is, you would be judged. And one of the things about leveling up or fully diving into who you are is once you do that, you're going to have people to reject you because people have been only knowing you for this you that you presented. So when you do the shadow work, you begin to uncover the real you that's underneath the mask, underneath the expectations of other, that's underneath all that. And the more you become you, those people that don't align with the real you, they're not really your tribe. And for me, that's hard because I'm like, man, so the people who've given me this validation, this love, and all this emotional support, would they still give me that if I'm this person? If I am who I really am? And it sounds crazy, like, well, weren't you who you were? No. A lot of times we've adapted personalities, and these personalities, they take on characteristics that will please certain people or certain tribe of people. But a lot of times we don't realize that personality, it can also be a mask. Well, that's what personality is. Personality, when you look up personality, it literally translates to mask. So it's a lot of unmasking, it's a lot of unbecoming, it's a lot of undoing of what is okay. And it's okay if I talk about crystals and chakras and things like that. It doesn't make me a horrible person. It doesn't make me less of, a daughter of God. No, I still am. So it's like it's me embracing my journey, and whoever can't be with me as I go on this journey, that's fine. That means that you only like me for who you wanted me to be. You only like me for what you wanted me to become for you. And so many people, they try to make people more like them. They try to make people bend to their belief systems. And so many times, religion itself, it can be a hindering block to a lot of people who are on their spiritual journey, because you're taught to believe this way. If you don't believe this way, then you're not connected with God. Who said that? So it's like, for me, it's a total. It's almost like mental. It's like spiritual shackles off me. You know what I mean? Because mentally and physically, mentally, emotionally, I'm free. But spiritually, I've allowed them to put that on me. Like, this is what I need to do. This is how I need to dress. This is what I need to say. This is what dialogue I need to say. And I think, even with being one person who believes in God in that sense, or someone who is going to ministry, it's a challenge with just being authentic, because I'm like, well, this is who I really am. This balances me out. Me going outside in nature is the real church. You know what I mean? It's like me eating the green leafy foods, me eating vegan food. That, for me, it brings out the best of me. And that's okay. And I think some people, like, especially in the Christian faith, well, God said, I'm not going according to scripture how I eat. I'm eating how I need to eat according to my blood type. It has nothing to do with scripture. So it's like, my whole life is not, it's not surrounded about, or it's not dependent on, my whole life is not dependent on any outside factors. And I think that's a major thing for me. And I'm learning to navigate that and become that. And because people can't love you for you if you're not even being the real you. If you're not being who God called you to be, if you're not who the universe, your most high, whatever terminology you want to use, because I use them interchangeable. But whatever resonates with you, I think so many times we try to please people. And it's like the residue of the people pleasing ways are leaving me rapidly. And I'm finding myself just more content with this. Like, okay, that's how you feel. I find myself becoming more nonchalant to a lot of things, because I'm like, well, that's your perspective. And it's like I'm no longer taking responsibility for others and what they're doing. So with shadow work, it allows you to be who you really are. And when we came into this world, y'all, it was just us. We just came to the world with just us. We didn't have any attachments, any titles. Our parents really weren't even attached to us. We were just spiritual beings. It was just God and us. You know what I mean? We didn't need anything to be that. And I'm kind of going to the segment that I'm going to publish after this, but it's just I'm learning how to detach, and art and I'm practicing the art of detachment, because we become so attached to everything in this world. God said, don't be a part of anything, don't be of this world. Don't be of this matrix in another way. Don't be a part of that. But we become so attached to partners, to ideals, roles, jobs, careers, and money, and everything that comes with this realm. We become so consumed with it. And once you detach, you're like, well, I didn't come here with money. I'm not going to die with money. I didn't come here with a role or a title, or a car, or a home, or a clothes, or a partner. Like, I am whole by myself. And see, the thing is, we were whole by ourselves. God didn't create us. No, God created us as we, get older, to have experiences. That's what life is. Life is an experience. Earth is a school. Earth is a school, and our souls are being taught by these lessons and experiences. So as we go through these different things, and as I'm going through this, I'm learning like, dang. So I don't have to be attached to anything, and the more detached I am to people, ideas, or even the outcome, I am calm as the key. See, I'm not worried. I'm nonchalant. I'm not taking people's BS. I'm not allowing myself to be manipulated. I'm no longer allowing myself to be naive. I am becoming more of a realist when it comes to certain things, but yet I still, of course, like the beauty in things, and I do dabble on the fantasy side of things, and that's okay. That's the Pisces in me. That's part of my natal chart, by the way. So Pisces, we are dreamy people. So the thing is, when it comes down to basics of just being you, you have to be okay with just being you. And people are not going to like you for that, because they're going to feel like, I know this version of you. This is you because I grew up with you. I went to school with you. This isn't really you. No, this is me. This is the me that I didn't know existed. And that's what shadow work is. It's dealing with the other parts of you that's suppressed. And once that part of you come out, it's a major thing. And I'm going to tell you something, a major shift. This is something I'm doing with my shadow self. And I'm not calling her that, but I gave her a name. Okay. And so my shadow self, instead of, because when I was friend hers, my shadow self, like, I felt the inkling inside of me tense up, like, I don't, and I'm like, well, I'm guessing that part of myself don't like being called a shadow self. So I call her Monique. That's my middle name, Monique, by the way. So I call her Monique. And so anytime, and I'm finding that she's speaking out, and she's not this dark entity and nothing like that. If you think of shadow, you think of something sinister. No, my shadow self, she's gorgeous. She's free. She's not she's not conscious of what other people think. She's not a people pleaser. She's the very opposite of what I've let the world see. And it's like, by me embracing more of her, I am embracing my sexuality. I'm embracing that I'm sexy. I'm embracing my natural beauty. I'm embracing parts of me that I didn't like. I'm starting to love myself in ways that I never thought. Like, this gives self-love a whole nother thing. So Monique, she's a total, I don't know. I'm still on her, but she speaks up for herself. She's kind. She's feminine. She's soft. She's caring. She is like certain things, and I'm finding that these certain aspects of myself is her. And so I'm integrating. That means I'm combining. I'm coming together with this part of myself. And the more I become integrated and more I become more in tune with that part of myself, I find myself more confident. I'm no longer, I'm no longer looking at another one like, oh, she's pretty. I'm not. You know what I mean? And even one of the things that came up in my relationship is colorism. When I was growing up, a friend of mine, she was light skinned and big bone, pretty though. I've always been the thick, or the big booty, dark skinned friend. So the thing is, when I was, like I said, I was growing up, the boys didn't talk to me. I was like, am I not pretty? She got all the attention, and because of my mind where it was then, I had the illusion that, hey, well, dark-skinned girls aren't pretty. Light-skinned girls are prettier. And so, good afternoon. And I had this idea that dark-skinned girls weren't pretty, or girls that wasn't light-skinned wasn't pretty. So my partner, while we were out, he was looking at this light-skinned chick for a long time, and it really made me conscious. And I mean, we're going through our own little thing now, but still, it made me conscious. But that I was really pissed off about the situation. And I mean, I let it go now. I mean, it is what it is. I move forward. It's fine. But the thing is, that really pointed out to me, hey, this is something that I need to pay attention to. And that's what Monique was, she was teaching me. She was like, hey, pay attention to that. And the thing is, I've struggled with colorism for a while, and especially with being cheated on. And I've been cheated on with women that's lighter than me. And because of that, yeah, yeah, colorism, yeah. So it's like I always thought that, okay, the light skinned woman was prettier than me. Oh, the woman with with curlier hair, or the woman that's mixed looking, or what some men would call exotic. Those women are more beautiful than me. And so me having this mindset, or me having a little residues of that mindset, it can come off as me being insecure around light skinned women. And like I said, it was a situation where I was out on a date with my partner, and he was just stirring this other woman up and down. Beautiful girl. I mean, red. She had black and red locks and everything. Like, and for me, I just felt unconscious. I felt insecure. And I, of course, I said what I said to him. Like, oh, you like what you see? It was just a whole other situation with that. And I didn't go out and just do crazy stuff. That's all I said. And it was a whole situation with him after that, because I told him I noticed. But the thing is, sometimes you gotta get the root of it. Once I calm down and everything, yeah, right. And colorism is a big thing, but I had to dig deep. You know what I mean? Because Monique was like, "Hey, pay attention to that. Was it like what's the issue? The fact that he was looking at a woman, or was it right? It comes from slavery. It comes from slavery, and like, what was the issue? The fact that he was looking at a woman, or that she was light skinned. And the issue, yeah, of course, like, okay, my man looking at another woman, I'm right here. Yeah, that was an issue. However, the deeper or the deeper issue was, oh, he's looking at a light skinned woman. Now, if the woman was darker skinned, I probably wouldn't even have an issue. I'm like, she dark skinned, you know what I mean? But the fact she was light skinned, it was the issue. And I think we all deal with colorism on some basic level, because colorism is in all of the communities. Even in Africa, they are bleaching their skin. They're not all chocolate and no. These women, they are. It's like they pass now like water. So, so the thing is, colorism is a true thing in the melanated community, and we need to embrace more of that. But I can say this: me confronting the residue of that, I'm like, and it's like I had to go in meditation, and I went in meditation with this stone. It's called the black labradorite. I'm, I'm gonna have to type it in the thing, but it's called a black labradorite, and so it's helping me just communicate with that shadow side of myself, or the dark side, or the unseen side of myself. And like I said, it's not an evil entity and thing. It's not a demon. It's just part of myself that's unseen, and part of myself that's suppressed. So as I'm dealing with the colorism that I grew up with, I had to go back and tell her some truths. For example, when I was younger, I've always been this really smart, very proper talking, confident young lady. I've never been a young lady with low self-esteem. And I had it, but I didn't show it. So the guys would not want to talk to me because they didn't know what to say. Even my first boyfriend, I think years after, it was after marriage and all that, and we reconnected on Facebook. And I asked him like, hey, why did none of the boys want to talk to me but you? He's like, because they really like you, but they were scared. Right. And some guys they have a different, right. Some guys look, and one of the biggest things, one of my go-tos is observe, not look, because we live in a very beautiful world with beautiful people, beautiful things. So I'm not one that's insecure, like, oh, you cannot look at it. No, hey, it's a beautiful. Hey, I may be looking at it. However, we can look at it together. But it was disrespectful, and I did Let them know, hey, I guess you like what you see, and I changed the subject. You know what I mean? I just we talk about something else. I just acknowledged it, and so yeah, it definitely was a situation, and ego and all that got in the way, and we are where we are now. And so, I mean, it is what it is at this point in time, and we're not in a good headspace. Because he could have just been saying, he could have just told me the truth. Like, yeah, she was beautiful. I mean, I wouldn't have had nothing about it, but yeah, it was definitely a situation. And I'm like, got this fine thing, but I understand the novelty of it all. You know what I mean? I'm mature enough to be in the headspace not to allow that to get me to that place, but it definitely made me feel insecure because of what happened when I was younger. And just like I was going back to the story with my first boyfriend, and he was saying it wasn't the fact that you were dark skinned. It was the fact that because it was the fact that you wasn't going. You wasn't the type of young lady that was easy. Like he even said himself, like, with myself, I want to have a job. I want to make sure I can take care of you. I want to make sure that I was good before I step to you, because I know you deserve the best. You know what I mean? I'm just translating what he said. But he was really saying, because you never carried yourself, in a manner where you were easy to talk to. You were always, you was a challenge to even, you're beautiful, and you were a bit intimidating. That's what he said. You were intimidating, and a lot of guys didn't know how to talk to you in the hood. So for me, it was a certain level there. I'm like, so it really wasn't the fact that she was light skinned. It was the fact that she probably was more approachable than I was back then. And so for me, I had to go back and tell that version of myself the truth. And so with my shadow self, she's helping me navigate those parts of myself that I've suppressed and those things. But I'm just telling you about what I'm going through. So I've been journaling, and I'm currently working on my second book. Give me a second. Let me go get the book. Okay. I'm currently working on my second book, y'all. So this is the first book. Excuse my chair, it's a little squeaky. This is the first book, and it's going to be the second book in the series. So it's going to be Mother's Journal. So I'm working on that now. So as I'm working on that, I'm able to dive deep into those things. But what's the importance of embracing your shadow self and giving that shadow self a name? Because it makes that part of you real. It's not an imaginary part of yourself. And like I said, the shadow self before doing this shadow work, she was very insecure. She was feeling unheard. She was aggressive. She felt unloved. I mean, she didn't feel appreciated. She didn't, none of that. It was none of that going on. She just felt as if, hey, I'm this bland chick. I'm not beautiful. She criticized herself. She compared herself with other women. The colorism. It's just a lot of insecurity. She's a very insecure woman. And it's a part of myself that I haven't really acknowledged. Even though I'm a confident woman, but on the dark side of it, I'm dealing with these inner demons that, and thoughts can be demons, okay? So these inner thoughts, these inner things that I hadn't dealt with. So when it comes down to, thank you, even with this book, I'm like, I feel as if I haven't made it. But you know something? It's due to me not really taking time to recognize what's in front of me. I'm like, okay, God. You know what I mean? So it's just a lot of processing. It's a lot of unpacking for me right now. And doing shadow work while this book is out, I'm doing so much inventory that I'm not really focused on, oh, hey, I'm an author now, So it's like I'm humble with it. However, I'm still dealing with certain parts of myself And as the books come, and as everything else will come, whatever else God has for me, whatever endeavors that God show me I need to do, I'm going to do it. And hopefully with this shadow work, I will be able to dive deeper into me. And Monique, she's a beautiful, intelligent, strong, but yet weak and vulnerable, very emotional person. And me being emotional is not a bad thing. So it's like I'm learning to embrace all of that. I'm learning to embrace all of me. Give me a moment, y'all. Because I want to get this other book too for those other people. Okay? I should have gotten everything prepared, but I did not. I did not prepare. So, anyways, this is the book right here. As you can see, I'm currently writing in it. But it's a journal. And it speaks about shadow work and dealing with parts of you. And I'm journaling. It's giving me breathing exercises, communicating with my inner child. And I think I'm writing more on my computer than actually writing in the book. See? Oh, you can see that. So, anyways, you know what I mean? It had me writing a letter to Monique. And I just writing, and I'm looking at different things that I've suppressed, such as shame, sexually, because with being molested, you begin to feel shame of something you did something wrong. Like, what's wrong with me for having these feelings? And my body prematurely, me molestation prepared me to have sex before I was ready. And it created more hormones in my body that I was not ready for. I was not prepared to get breast at an early age and all that. So it's a lot. It's a lot to unpack. So I had a lot of shame around my sexuality, what I like, and that I can be sexual, that I am sexual, you know what I mean? And it's a lot. It's a lot to unpack, and it's still being unpacked now. So this other part of myself, guess what? She likes. I'm finding out what I like sexual. I'm finding like, there's nothing wrong with liking that. I'm 34 years old. I like, hey, if I want to try this, I can try this if I want to. You know what I mean? And just with the right, just with the right person. Make sure. With my partner. But the thing is, and honestly, at this point, I'm not sure what to call it because we are not in the best headspace. But that happens. That happens in life, But I can say he's helped me to open up a lot sexually and to be more accepting of myself sexually and not feel shame. So why am I talking about this? Is my trip, I know y'all. But why am I talking about shadow work? I'm saying shadow work is beneficial because you begin to uncover the real you, the you that is stuck on the inside of you somewhere in a cage, because they're you that needs to be set free, and it's a freedom, and you begin to dress differently, look at yourself differently. I am embracing my grays, and I do have no sparely in the front. I'm like, ooh, that's kind of cute today. So I'm starting to like the little salt and pepper in the front. I'm starting to like certain aspects of myself. I'm starting to love my eyes. I'm starting to love my full lips and my full body and me being voluptuous, me being a BBW. It's just me, just really loving those aspects of myself unapologetically. And I'm exuding a certain confidence now because I guess I'm like, wow, I like this dress. I want to try this. I want to try this. It's a certain sassiness that's coming. I'm learning how to sashay in the room. You know what I mean? I'm learning how to read the room. I'm learning, and it's not in an egotistical way, but it's in a confident way. So I don't know if you've ever heard of shadow work. Just check it out what shadow work is. And I purchased this for $19 and something on Amazon. Okay. But outside of that, It's just a lot. And even with this book, I'm doing some work in my own book, y'all. Like, not trying to sell it, whatever, but it's just me allowing myself to write and journal. Me not get on Facebook the first thing in the morning. Me not get on social media. Me meditating, being in bed, and allowing God to wrap his big arms around me and love me. And I have to say this. I would rather be in the arms of God when I wake up than in the arms of the devil. And so many times, as women, we've allowed spouses and people and lovers to take our power, but it's like waking up with God is better than anything. It's God is the love of my soul. I feel so complete with God. Just waking up in God's arms. And that's how it was for me this morning. I woke up, it just felt so peaceful. I have these like red satin sheets, so I'm like, just woke up and it's satin and it's soft. I felt like I was on red cotton pillows. You know what I mean? God is holding me. Just reassure me that I'm loved without any conditions. And if a man cannot love me like that, then he don't deserve to be in my life. And so with God being that for me, I can then decide whether or not, hey, this is what I need to do. I'm learning how to I'm setting even more healthier boundaries with those people around me. I'm healing my attachment style, which is anxious, preoccupied. And just check out attachment styles, y'all. So with me being an anxious, preoccupied person, I tend to get anxious, clingy, people pleasing. I'm doing anything for you, but I'm finding myself learning how to detach through the art of detachment, but not being not being a savage with it. I can set healthy boundaries. If I don't want to talk to you, I don't want to talk to you. If I want to answer the phone, I'm not going to answer the phone. You know what I mean? I'm going to spend that healthy time with myself. But shadow work is something that I think we all need to do. And you don't have to do it through these spiritual practices, It's just you just accepting who you are at the moment and not suppressing yourself. And shadow work, you don't have to be done with crystals and stones and all that. This way that God has given me to do it. That's working for me. I'm gonna say that's the way it's working for me. That's what I want to say. So you can actually, for example, if you're feeling tense right now, you can breathe 3 times. Ask yourself, why am I feeling tense? Why am I feeling the way I'm feeling right now? And it just say you get a certain answer, from God or your guide, your spiritual guide, and you may get that answer. Well, it's because of this. And you begin to dive deeper until you get the answer. So shadow work it takes years to do. But the more aware that we are of ourselves, the better we are with not having to do as much shadow work. And it depends on how much you suppress. If you suppressed a lot, then it's going to be a lot of shadow work. But, find something to calm you. Like, I've been listening to music. I've been music without words. I've been listening to different artists, like very calming artists, Francesca, Inner Me. And I think T Omi, God in Me, and it's just like I've been listening to very calm music, and it calms me. So if I'm at work, if I'm doing something, I find myself just listening to really calm music because it calms my nervous system. And when with that attachment style, my nervous system is just haywire, just scattered, just panic. But listen to calm music, Zen music. Listen to like the spiritual bowls. Listen to that. It calms me. It zens me out. Drinking some chamomile tea. I stopped drinking tea for a while, herbal tea. But I just give me a little couple of chamomile tea. I'm good. And I'm doing things to calm myself down. I'm doing things that's fun. I'm turning my phone off. I'm not on social media like I was. I'm going out just looking outside. I'm taking things slowly. And as I am rising in my divine femininity, I'm learning that, hey, it's okay to be soft. It's okay to cry today. It's like I'm slowing things down. I'm consciously cooking now. I'm not in a big rush to do stuff all the time. And I think that that's a big thing. Like jazz music, they have neo jazz, they have soft jazz. I mean, and I'm gonna try jazz, and I'm gonna see how that works for me. But I don't know. Like they said, this take years. I don't know how much been suppressed. So as I do it, it's gonna be a lot. But beside all that, I've been contemplating getting off of social media completely for a certain period of time. And that's what I've been doing. And, the thing is, I've gotten off social media while people realize I got off social media. Because I will post something and that's it. And so for a day or so, I'm not even on social media. I've been taking social media fast. I'm like, okay, let me see if I can do this for a week. Like today, like I said, after this, I'm going to upload the segment today. And the segment today is dealing with the art of detachment and not being attached to anything in this world or people or ideas. And the less attached we are, the lighter our hearts will be. So it's definitely something, and I could just go a little bit into it. This case, people don't know how to may not listen to it. But the art of detachment is, it allows you not to be attached to anything. So that's one of the biggest things I'm actually practicing with myself. I'm practicing every day. Like my daughters are getting older. I'm learning to be detached with their decisions. Like if they decide not to clean their room, like the hell with it. Okay, you're not going to clean your room, all right? And of course the next minute I might say something else, but I would tell them the consequences. And since I haven't been so hard on them with certain things, and I fall back, and they see, oh, my room is dirty, I need to clean it. You know what I mean? It's like I'm allowing others to make their own decisions and their mistakes. I would give you a warning, like, hey, this thing needs to be done. If you don't do it in that time, and if it's not affecting me because I'm not in the room, you're just this is your room. This is your space, so you need to make sure it's clean, or whatever. Or you need to wash your dish because I'm tired. It's like me setting these healthy boundaries with my children, those around me. I'm realizing people are taking their own responsibility. And I realized something. I've been mothering a lot of people. And I've been nurturing and trying to heal so many people that I don't give them an opportunity to even mess up. And I'm learning that with my daughters. I'm like, okay, go ahead. You want to wear hair like that? That's on you. Because you wearing your hair like that. But it could be better. So I'm finding myself just being more honest in the moment, and I'm finding myself not being afraid to be vulnerable with my feelings, with certain subjects. But allowing people make their mistakes, I'm like, I'm not trying to mother you. Look, if you want to do that, be my guest. But is that the best choice? Hell to no. So, and it's the funniest thing. My daughters, they've been cleaning their room more. Mommy, look, I clean my room. And they get so excited. I'm like, okay, let me see it. Oh my gosh, you made your bed today. And I'm finding myself I'm finding humor in it. Like, they're seeing this. And so many times we are hindering blocks to people actually being their best selves because we're trying to save them. Don't save her. She don't want to be saved. You're trying to save people that don't want to be saved. So, I mean, it's levels to this thing. It really is. It's true levels. But the thing is, being a mother of twins and two different personalities, it's a lot. You know what I mean? I'm like, here I am dealing with my own stuff and trying to get you clean your room. Okay. And one of the things I'm learning, and they're going to be 11 and 12. When children are at that age, they begin to devalue the parent or the parents, and they begin to value more. They to value what their peers say, because they're getting a social, I don't know, a social consciousness with themselves. Like, how do I look to other people? And they begin to care about what their peers think more than themselves or you. And that's one of the things I've been speaking to my daughters about concerning themselves. And even me doing the shadow work, I'm teaching them not to suppress themselves. You know what I mean? So it helps, you know what I mean? Because then you begin to see certain things. Like my oldest daughter, she has autism, you know what I mean? And she has certain ways of doing things. And she's considered a little unique and weird. You know what I mean? And I'm like, that's okay, embrace it. The moment you say I'm unique and I'm weird, you take that power out of any bullies or anybody else's mouth saying that you're weird. Because you fully embrace you're weird. You like this, that's fine. You like Roblox? Okay. Well, you want to build things? That's fine. Let's go get some Legos. It's like I'm supporting her dreams. You know what I mean? My youngest daughter, man, she's I don't know, she likes to jump off things, and she has all this energy. Oh, she has too much energy. I hope I'm never like that. And people are like, you're just like that. I'm like, really? Okay, maybe she got the leftover. But she's afraid to be herself. She's afraid to just be. And she tries to be like everybody else. You know, like for example, like we're vegan. And let's say the other children want pizza. I want to eat pizza like them. I'm like, well, I can bring you a pizza, and that's okay. And I've even come to the conclusion it's okay that my children are vegan. And Memphis, it's okay. Yeah, well, you feeding that baby. Wait, ain't you feeding your baby what you eat? So it's like I'm no longer feeling guilty for having vegan children. You know, they eat just as much as anybody else. They have other things. They bring their vegan sandwiches with the vegan turkey. Hey, like what is this? You know, people start asking questions. Oh well, I bought some just eggs today. You know what I mean? So like I told my daughters, like the more you embrace being vegan, the more you show them this thing is pretty cool, the other children may actually want to be vegan too. You know? So the more they embrace their uniqueness, their locks, you know what I mean, their tallness, their petiteness. You know, even my oldest daughter, she has a chipped tooth. So I'm like, so she's been embracing her smile. Of course, I want to get it fixed. I'm just saying, it's level to it. So it's like with me doing shadow work, I'm helping them, and they are looking at the opinions of others or children their age, their peers, more than me. And I was taking that thing personal. I'm like, I know you better than them. But the thing is, they're growing to themselves. And it's so cute. Well, where my youngest daughter, she was changing clothes. And she's like, Mommy, get out. Get out, Mommy. Get out, I'm changing my clothes. I'm like, girl, I saw everything. It's like, no, get out, get out, get out. So it's like she's she's in that headspace where she want her privacy now. You know, I'm like, okay, at 10, all right, then go ahead, then with your bad self. And then I remember like, you so cute. It's like, you so cute. And she look in the mirror and all this other stuff. Oh my gosh. But I'm saying all this to say they're growing to themselves. And so me not taking that thing personal. Okay? And like I told them, I'm not taking it personal that your peers and all this, but I was like, maybe they would say what I'm saying, you know, and then maybe you listen to them. You listen to me now. And, you know, so they are growing into themselves. They want to be accepted and all these different things. And so they're dealing with they're doing their own version of their shadow work as they are confronting parts of themselves. So shadow work isn't just through me, it's generational. So as they go through their life and as they get older, they're going to be more open to who they are instead of suppressing it because, hey, this is something mommy didn't like this, so I'm not going to be this. So it's real levels to this thing, y'all. But shadow work, it's essential to us being our best selves, being who God really wants us to be. whether it's a religion, whether it's you been spiritual, whether it's you been atheist. Some people are just atheists. They're agnostic. I don't judge people based on what they believe. I don't judge people based on who they want to love. I am so non-judgmental, and God is not judgmental. The religion part of it is judgmental, though. And people are in a system where it's like, oh, if you don't dress this way, look this way, or sound this way, you're not a child of God. You are. We are. We are child of the children of the universe. We are star seeds. We are all these different terminologies. Whatever you resonate with, we're all of those things. And if you want to be whatever you want to be that. But just know that God does exist. Whether you want to call God a nothing, or energy, the universe, whatever, God exists in some form in your world. And so that's one of the things that I try not to press on people. However, through me living life and them seeing this light, I let them know that's God. That's the thing you're denying. So it's like by me living authentically in my truth, it allows them to do it. And that's because I don't have that package of a Christian. It doesn't mean I'm not one. And people look at your packaging and they'll judge you. So just doing the shadow work, I'm more open. Now, intentionally, my dress is just doing what I want to do, okay? So y'all excuse my sisters want to come out today. All right? But outside of that, I hope that this helps. Check out shadow work and how to do it and meditations. And hopefully this will inspire you to be on your journey where you can do shadow work for you. And you can fast on some things and notice some things, and maybe we can connect and you can tell me what you've been going through. You have to ask who you are, And one of the things, and I'm going to wrap this thing up because it's going on an hour. One of the things that is helping me is asking me what areas do I feel suppressed? At what age did something happen that I felt as if it wasn't acknowledged? And that's where the shadows come in. Because shadows are born from unacknowledgments. And the moment you don't acknowledge someone, honor something, or you don't, if someone feels unheard, unseen, or unloved, a personality is formed, and that personality is the ego. And so we're dying to our ego when we're going through shadow work, and we are dying to those parts of ourselves. So personalities formed from us suppressing certain parts of ourselves. And some people won't break it down like this, but this is how God has given me to break it down. Okay? But we have to confront parts of ourselves and stop trying to be who people want us to be. Because our shadows aren't evil. That's like Peter Pan. Peter Pan had a shadow. We walk down the street, have a shadow. Everything have a darker, a hidden side of it. That's all the shadow is. It's a hidden side. It's unknown. It's something that's in the dark. And what God does is God flashes the flashlight on it, and we pay attention to it, and we make it more aware. And the more aware we are, the more to the light, or the more conscious it becomes, instead of unconscious and subconscious. So I don't know where you are on your journey. I hope that this video really helped. And I hope my transparency was honored and not judged. But outside of that, I love y'all. Be looking out for the segment I'm about to post and publish. I may just have to do a couple more things. But I love y'all. Anyways, let me put this in here. This is it's really pretty, y'all. Ooh, the thing is. And when light reflects off of it, you begin to see different colors. Let me see if I can do this. I don't know how to do it. It's LAP Leopardite. Leopardite. I wish you can see how I see it. It's like different shades there. It's like you can see the different shades bounce off. It's really pretty. But anyways, I love y'all. I'm about to go ahead and finish eating. I made this fire. I don't know if I even share it with y'all. Let me turn this thing around. I'm gonna turn this thing around. There you go. It's right here. I made this fire. Made some pasta. This let me end the video. Okay. Made this really good pasta. And it was some crumbles. No, it was an Impossible Burger. Some ragu sauce, some vegan cheese. So look at that. And I tried some BioLife. I got some BioLife from Whole Foods. I'm warm some up with some cheese. Look at that. And I used some bow tie noodles. So I'm about to eat this. And anyways, this is about lunch. Well, this is my lunch and dinner. Trying different styles. I wish you would have seen it yesterday. It was really, really hot, the steam and everything. But I'm just trying out new vegan recipes that's enticing to the girls. And I want to add what I'm going to do. I'm going to add some spinach to this. And yeah, I'm going to add this I'm going to add some spinach to this, add some more sauce today. But anyways, I hope something was said. And thank you so much for your support. Thanks for listening to the podcast. And I love y'all, okay? Anyways, y'all see these little grays? So they got the salt and pepper look. It's right in the front. I mean, it's kind of cute. I'm embracing it. But anyways, I love y'all. I'm about to go ahead and eat. You be good. And let's do our shadow work. And thanks for your support. Also, you can go on Amazon and put my first and last name, Lashea Jackson, and get the book. Or you can inbox me on Facebook and I can find you. It's $15. So I will personally find you if you want a copy of the book, because I have a couple more copies. But anyways, I love you. Also, I may be doing another book signing in September. So we looking out. Anyways, I love y'all. Until next time, you have a beautiful and lovely day. Thanks, Mike, for your support. I'm going to say you some of this pasta, all right? Anyways, I love you. I love you. I love you. Till next time.